Ebusuafo yasan so ehyiehia biom nim say ehyiehia platform we so say na celebrity gossips, latest gist and trending updates in concern course what the camp of your celebs ni channel and ayedi bi ebremu na sende yasan so ehyiehia biom a medical the updates abremu concerning Shatta Wale expose bi ababede dia ne to etwi kakra aha me ne mokase or the reaction ababetu dia ye behwe na yaka ehun nsem Empress Lupita any nikunu omo nsem ababeda montin a we know a close friend eno o unveil in your course na so mo kira lady no e de osofu ni chin roso and finally no edro na san atia ka omo so ewusua nsem bi ka we hu na me de ebro meso so bejimre obe subscribe to your channel we e de amaye so ye new viewer obe like your video no wo share video no so obe che wadwen e wo yen comment box no mu e de amaye nti yensemre no yenko yensemwe say ko yensemu dia before we listen to what Shatta Wale came to say wo hu ye bekwa kotie no ba ansa ebetie sansem no eye Empress Lupita eni nukunu Empress de ekeka ho ani omu videos ababe trendy on social media me share this TikTok mad couple some videos any omu pictures any nam social media no so no a close friend Eddie nsem bia wabetu dwa wa cheche nsem ni mu na according to this close friend no ochira Empress Lupita was part of a hookup group B. Now due to onwankasa ne 1-2 reasons be and a lady to what is happening within them. Now yensha in someone ajwa tutujagu a post here as a report. Into tutujagu this particular blogger no the information you find diagro. The information is legit, and she is one person or starting here so unveil the whole story and a Kofi Aduma weni ebabesomu. So Ajwa Tutujagu Etronin Sem say we ye from somebody or ye very close to a year Empress Lupita. And all this answer we ebabetuja. I say good evening, Auntie Tutujagu. My name is due to security reasons in Nidin Amba. I say I live in Tema community too. And I want to share something small with you. I know the lady very well. We all call her Ajwa. In fact, she is my best friend. I want to use words because I haven't heard from her in a year now. She became my friend somewhere in 2009 because we used to live in the same area. We became so close to the extent that we lived in the same room at one point. I couldn't just keep quiet and pretend I knew nothing about this. That's why I decided to text you. Since I first saw the story on your page, we started doing hookup at Community 7. We were 4 friends. Ajwa was part of us. We did it for a long time and wanted to stop at a point. That was when we devoted our lives to God and started going to church regularly. The hookup work was very risky, and so we all had a way of protecting ourselves. Paragraph 1 here to us was say I won't lie that I have not gone to a malam before. We all did. We use all sorts of charms to attract men and protect ourselves spiritually too. We know not all people we meet are human, so we need to be fortified. Most hookup girls these days are also using charms too. So it got to a time we wanted to quit. We started going to church regularly. That was when Ajwa met Pastor Dan. In fact, the man talked to me more. Almost the 4 girls, and I was more closer to him. Ajwa decided to start singing in church so she could get attention from the man. Anytime we went home, she spoke fondly of the man, told us how she wanted to be married to the pastor because of the kind of lifestyle she had in the past, the kind of charms and all that. So she basically needed someone who was spiritually strong to be attached to. But the man wasn't interested. He only spoke to us after prayers and advised us and all that. That man was so humble, so it was very sad seeing him like this. That's how much that they were into hookup, into more hookup, no, more very careful. And I'm more mukokoye mbemo mukokoye bi and I'm ba almost omoye ejuma no. You should be very careful because I be mu kra honhom no mo de nam. Nti ya to aso say when I met Ajua, she had already lost 2 kids. So she told me their father wasn't taking care of them, and so she decided to let them go. I never understood her statement. Fast forward, one day after church, we wanted to go home, but we couldn't find her, so we left. She came home some hours later, very happy. I asked him why. She told me she finally got chance to speak one-on-one with a man. She had gone to him personally and that she had a serious problem and needed counseling. Meanwhile, she didn't have any problem. That was how she got the chance to speak to the man. After that day, I noticed she started getting closer and closer to the man. The man prayed for her separately and all that. What the man's family said in their interview is 100% true. Joyce made so many advances towards the man, but to no avail. At some point, she became a nuisance. The family started noticing and began to cut off her small. That's all. Asorin koye na muno omugu so omoye church goers omokokono. And one day, Empress Lupita shared iron who say ohia counseling. And odikoshi asofo no. Now after that, after so koshi asofo no, osofo ne busuanfo who said this lady or tata Pastor Dan too much. So they decided to restrict Pastor Dan from the lady. Lady no kwa or make a chance Pastor Dan any ho. From there lady say she wanted Pastor Dan by all means. That was all she kept saying all the time, and it wasn't happening. So she decided to try another method. That was when she decided to go to someone in a shaman. The man used to live close to the old Mandela Park. That day, I told her to be careful with her dealings. We stopped hookup and charms to be frequent churchgoers, and now she wanted the pastor for herself. So she was going back to the same charms. We decided to stop. She didn't listen. I even told her I might not work because I even told her it might not work. Because the man was a powerful pastor. She went. They gave her some spray to give to the man. I knew all this, so I started tipping the man's family. That's Joyce's plans were coming on. That's what Joyce no plans of fire or not tipping a busuanfo, so they were aware. Okay, so we not also said she bought a suit and poured the spray on it. The man didn't accept that gift. She went back to the juju man at a shaman. She didn't tell me anything. When she came back few days later, she left for Niger. And I said Niger. Okay, Niger. With the juju man, I saw the family saying she went to Nigeria. It was Niger rather. There's a story about PA from Kofi Aduma when in the video muna. Na be mano ne mame. Kase kwa Nigeria kwa jiedro no. No kre. Na no Nigeria. No kwa Niger. Kwa jiedro no. We any in some close friend to Empress Lupita. Babetuda. Into to moon say we wa try several times. Osheda ko nenim so per counseling amfa. Or call malam ho wa shaman amfa. And asisi anu next move ni say omu making move to Niger. Na yenshen to asone. Or say when she came back, she bought drinks and sent it to the man as a gift because he was fasting. The family told the man not to accept it, but he didn't. But he did accept it, and nothing happened. We still went to his church. We prayed together and all that. The man never fell for her. In fact, sometimes the man would prophesy in church, and you would think he lives in our house. So I started telling Joyce that she was wasting her time because the man was powerful and had seen everything. I told the man's family whatever was going on, and they were also trying to prevent it in a way. This girl got pissed, and before we would realize, she was in Togo. I didn't know how she got there. The Niger one didn't work, so she went to another place in Togo, and that was when everything started turning upside down for the man. When she came back, she was controlling the man like like her own son. Let's say from my friends Obodino, from Ashamos Himfa to Niger. Then from Niger no on was called Togo. No to mu say, hey, Lupita ne ni yedin pound. And into na also wa na wa ma weni ada ho. Aside prayers ma weni nda ho. Aside prayers ma weni nda ho. Wa ma weni anda ho na kwaye mpaibon ebe force rapture no. Inte busua into aso no Togo yen hwe de course wo ho e. O say what she told the man was that the man what she told the man was what the man did. I eventually married, moved to a new place, and stopped the church. I heard the man went to marry her in her hometown and was shocked. And I was shocked. That's what worry. Bema no worry. Lupita no in hometown. No Lupita ni ne friend baby huye no. She was shocked. Oto so etron in say. Also all of a sudden they had built their own house, own cars, and also were building a church. One time I asked Joyce that what did she went to do in Togo. She refused to explain anything. What she said was, whatever you are seeing now is what I went there for. So I don't know whether she went for money or make the man love him. I didn't bother to ask anyone because I had my own family to focus on. The man's family have tried their best, but whoever my friend went to is strong. I am due to security reasons, and I have a shop at Community One that I open during the weekend, so they sometimes come to buy stuffs there, and we will talk for a while before they leave. Joy sometimes come there alone too. Yes, Empress Lupita no nidi yankasa the Joyce. Nidi yankasa the Joyce. Into de unu koko pie mu Togo na ebe weke no. De obeka bia no na ebe ma ne ye. De obeka bia no na ebe ma ne ye. Na quite say Lupita no ya control over the man. Emma even cry no ni close friend ni bisana. O se enye hwe na de opese ohun a de yekoso sisi ano eno na me call Togo se me kwa kwaye. Let's say she went there to actually get some power to control the man. Nebusia into aswani or say I noticed changes in her last time I saw her last year 2020. We were talking and she kept saying things that weren't related to our conversation. She started coming to my place very dirty. Sometimes she doesn't brush her teeth or bath, and she would walk from where they lived at Community 5 to my place at Community 1. That was when I knew something was wrong. She told me she had never been able to go back to Togo ever since she got married to Pastor Dan, and she was supposed to go and thank whoever that did whatever for her. According to Empress Lupita no, at that time no, or describe it share na damfo no my gist ne say okọ Togo wie na bibia koso man na wasanko onko mfanda ase enko eno ana say oye so okọ nso amfa ama no sa ena ochechemu ewo ni say na yenhwe into aso ne. I say I had already noticed something was wrong before she told me all that. By any time I asked her, she never explained anything. She would come to my place, scratching her head like a mad person, laughing and dancing anyhow. I knew she was a livery person, but not a stent. That time new do yana no say, Mrs. Day, a woman so I'm as normal person, but enya normal sa bibi koso in chaye. Now it was one year. Or see, she stopped coming to my place. I plan on visiting her one day, but my work and busy schedules never allowed me. I called her on time to check up, and she told me she had lost 2 of her kids. I asked her if she was able to go back to Togo. She said no. Anytime she planned, Pastor Dan will ask many questions. The thing started working on her first. So I feel like Pastor Dan got affected because he prevented her from going to thank the people in Togo. That day, that day I called was the last time I heard from her. She never picked my calls again or even called me. So I saw her videos and stories on your page and decided to test you. I can't disclose anything to the family, but that's the secret to the whole thing. Most people in our circles are aware. This isn't a police case, it's a spiritual one, and so they have to take it serious. We are all not sinners. We are all not saints. I also did what I did in the past and stopped. Now I am a married woman. I wish this never happened. Sorry for the long test. Thank you. This is Busia in Semnon Church Nano and Amakinkai Edi Amamu. It started from Ghana ha and Empress Lupita etwa obi, or I think so 2 obi wa Ghana ha na nipano edin from Ashamanu. From Empress Lupita, or the no call council na ye and or the 2 obi wa shaman and this one fa from a shaman no muko Nije de ne ba na yes e fa na echiye and no musan ko biom okoto aso wo Togo na ho na eduro ni befa chairman na or the worky Pastor Dan as o maami a o control ne ba. Then from there no when to me ankwada ase na ate aka omukom amande yehu omu videos sese ne nam. So I have now understood why o hwe omodan omutimu a they are living like normal people, but the background no in your manner attached to it no and they're making it so weird. I didn't or kasa normal. Yes, or real. They talk normally, but bibi in koso utumi say Empress Lupita and our course for all this. Bema baako or your software or bombaye. Ebi kranka onya abotra anka obenya open in tem wakwa kwaji software sambone dam. Inte busia lady nature. The only thing that can help is a spiritual problem and a police case. No munche so between abuan spiritually and no ye key no crown. They were once in a group and no ye hook up. There's the information about better mountain or social media no so nebusia yemfa no fanto nchen na enkonkotie in someone amanfo worker edifa sa video we hu. Inte busia for ye tie say we bi mba betro obi say swear I have stopped womanizing from now. There's a story no amanfo kin kan we no say there be say na tie dia and e mbape mejai me mpemba biom we obi comment obi so abetro ni sem say or see you see that part about going back to thank people like that things for here in Togo. I personally know someone who really suffered because she didn't send her pledge to thank the gods. When a pastor was consulted, he told her to go back and thank them, even though she's now a Christian. That's what belongs to Kaiser. So that's what belongs to Kaiser should be given to Kaiser. I never understand. She's right, and this is more of a spiritual warfare. They should accept Christ wholeheartedly, leaving no space for the devil, and let be guarded by our Christ and want in life. But also let's be guided by our test and wants in life. So according to this person nature, say I'm sumu no mo but still no I was say omunkonkoda ase ensa emfa nti na ase any dia wo so omunko. But the thing is people are doing things so nti wo so wo ha no amweni ada ho. People are doing things pa wo ho no so amweni ada ho. Obebo mpaye obeye bibia, but who says something unusual is happening now? na wabɔ ho so na wabɔ ho so pa nti ebusua we ni nsɛm mo ebi mo ekeka woni se ya midi bi ebra mu na midi mu si a ɛyɛ Shatta Wale ne ho nsɛm bia bɛda social media no so mo kyerɛkyerɛ mu a ɛyɛ we fake some dollar note bi as or sign checkbook bi dia mo bi ɛna mo say fake ama comment mo bi mo aba kasa kasa ne ade na no ɛna chairman ɛde akɔ Twitter waba be react na ntie ni nsɛm o troye o say first of all the laughing emoji eto on otro ni nsɛm so say o say I like it when I do it like this na so kira open no senior amanfo be ka ho nsɛm no. So he likes it when he does it like that. Let's say the way I would me create controversy on social media na man for kan ho nsɛm no. Sa and ono Shatta Wale epeno. Inte busua nsɛm kakra me wo mamonie. Make also you subscribe here so I'll be subscribe to your channel we ede amayen. Obe like your video no na wa share for your latest updates. Ye be share e wo video from. Me da wasi